Happy Thursday, guys. It's middle of the week, tired from work and everything. Long week, especially we just finished a powerful revival in the church. Powerful, but God's still good, guys, regardless. So welcome, guys, again tonight. We'll choose to change mentoring program. Welcome to the Choose to Change mentoring program, where you will always be inspired, challenged, and equipped for change, success, and fulfillment in life. How many want success? You're in the right place. Yeah, my name is Rudy, and I'm a proud member of the Choose to Change mentoring program. The Choose to Change mentoring program is a self-supporting program sponsored by the Choose to Change Foundation organization, a 501c3 Christian-based nonprofit organization. So we are on a mission to inspire, challenge, and equip men to become more effective fathers and leaders in our community. So if you are ready to change your life, then you're in the right place. Through this program, you will learn exactly where to start, strategy to keep on going, and a support system to help you reach your goals. The Choose to Change mentoring program believes in two key principles of life. First, we believe in the life-changing power of God through faith in Jesus Christ. Second, success or failure is your personal responsibility. That's a powerful one. We believe that God has already done his part and that it is our responsibility to learn to do ours. So if you are ready, say, I am ready. Thank you guys again. I know it's the middle of the week. Work, school, and everything, right? Powerful, but God is good regardless, like I said earlier. So anybody got any special current events that anybody wanna share something this week? Chavaria, you good? All right. Thank you guys again. We're gonna have our brother Orlando take over the mic, and he's got something powerful again tonight. So let's give him a hand as he takes the pulpit, guys.
Testing, testing. We're ready. So I have a question for you as we get started, guys, before I get right into it. What is your truth? I want to talk about a couple of things today. And I'm hoping that I can get some insight from you guys. Because I don't know about you, but there's a lot of things going on in my life, in my family, in my surroundings, in my circle of influence. Good things, and guess what? And bad. The question tonight is, what is your truth? And I want you to think about that today, because the whole reason we're even here at the Choose to Change mentoring class is to help you better your life and push forward. That's why we're here. That's it. Every time I step in front of this pulpit, behind this pulpit, whether I'm in a church, whether I'm at a conference, whether I'm at a school, or I'm at the Choose to Change mentoring class, I am hoping to bring something of value to you. Something to give you where you can take it with you. And that's what I'm hoping to do today. And I want to start with this idea of what is your truth? What is going on in your life? What is it that's stopping you? What is it that is hurting you? What is it that you're struggling with? What is the pain that you have to deal with? What are the regrets? Because all these combination of things. What is your addiction, right? What is your complaint? Because all these things are the balance of your life. And how you deal with them and how you respond, which is the results that I talk about here, will depend on the results that you get in your life. That's just how it is. Whether you're a teenager, you're a 15, 16-year-old trying to find your own direction, or you're a 40-year-old man, still can't find it. It doesn't matter. I realize it's the same thing. So welcome to the Choose to Change Foundation, and thank you for everybody who's watching us tonight. I want to welcome you. My name is Orlando Salinas, in case those of you you're watching for the first time or here for the first time. And I am the CEO and founder of this organization called the Choose to Change Foundation. I started it about 12 years ago because I found out that life change, success, overcoming in life was a choice. And you know what the good news about that was that I found out? I found out that it was my choice. I thought it was everybody else's fault. I thought it was the choice of my mom or my dad or the government or the system. I thought it was their choices that was making my life bad. And I found out that it was the other way around. It was my choices that was making my life bad. Success, life change, and overcoming in life is a choice. And it's a process, which is what I teach. So that is what I want to talk about today. So our mission is to inspire, challenge, and equip men, especially men, or anybody interested in changing their life, especially ex-cons, people in recovery, and anyone seeking direction for life change. We host this class every single Thursday at 7 p.m. This is where I teach everything that I've learned in the last 24 years about what it really takes to change your life. That's huge. I mean, that's huge. And if you want to hear and would like to learn more about what we do at the Choose to Change Foundation, what I ask of you and everybody watching and everywhere I go is to follow us on Facebook. Like us. Follow us on YouTube, the Choose to Change Foundation. Like us. Share it. And or just join us here every Thursday, which is also live streamed. It's like right now we're live streaming this, where you can watch it later or send it to somebody. Maybe this is a class that you think of somebody. Say, you know what? This so and so needs to hear it. Send them to the YouTube channel, and you will always be inspired, challenged, and equipped. So I had a great day today, but it was a very if your life is like me or like everybody else's, there's kind of like a what's that good and bad, sweet and sour kind of things that happen in our lives, right? Bittersweet. There you go. You know, some things are good, some things are bad. So let me just start with you with a few things in my life, and then I'm going to open it up because I want you to share. Maybe you'll hear something I say. Because I think, in fact, I know, I don't just think, I know for a fact that each and every one of us is going through something. My question to you is, what is your truth? So let me tell you why I thought about this today. I was on YouTube, I don't remember what it was. I was looking at my ad on Facebook, I think it was, and an ad came out. And the ad, I don't know, you know how you see ads? And when you're watching a video or something, an ad comes out. Okay, well, this ad was a guy on his knees crying, "Oh my God, my life is a mess. I just want to end it. There's no hope for me." And it was just crying. And then he got up. And he said, "Have you ever hit rock bottom?" It was a pretty cool little ad, caught your attention. I'd never seen one like that. A guy crying, That sound like, man, I'm going to do that right there. Choose the Change Foundation. Now, I'm serious. But you know what? That caught my attention. Because that guy knows something about hopelessness, about what it feels to hit rock bottom, about what it feels like to feel hopeless. I know what that feels like. I promise you, I know what that feels like. And I thought about that today, and I said, you know what, I think I'll talk about that today at Choose to Change. What is your truth? Because what happens is many times we're not honest with ourselves. So let me tell you how I came up with that. I'm going to talk about 2 books that I learned this from. The first one is the book of AA. The Big Book. Who's ever heard of the Big Book? Who's ever heard of that book? I learned a lot about that book. A lot. I know a lot. I promise you, I can, what's the word that I say that, you know, no matter how much you know about that book, the biggest long timer or the most, I can debate with him. I know what that book says. I know about Bill. I know about the 12 steps. But in those 12 steps, in that book, it reads something like this. Listen closely. Listen closely, because this is our truth. Remember, I'm trying to get to what is your truth. It reads like this. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. I'm telling you, I know a little something about the Big Book. He says, rarely have I seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover or change their lives are those who cannot or will not give themselves to this simple program. There are some of such unfortunates, but they're not at fault. They seem to have been born that way, they say. And then it says something like this. They are just naturally incapable, listen closely, of being honest with themselves. I remember reading that. It poked me. Right in my eye. It poked me. Because it's like they're talking to me. See, because I know for a fact, it's like working with teenagers. I know for a fact, you know, I have a teenager, I have a son. What goes through their minds and what they tell us is 2 totally different things. Am I right or wrong? Well, guess what? I work with 30 and 40 years old. And what they tell me and what's going through their mind is 2 totally different things. Once in a while, you find that where you're finally honest with yourself. And I promise you, you got to get to that point in your life. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. You've got to get to a point in your life when you're finally honest. With who? With yourself. Because we can go through the motions, right? We can act. We're good actors. Who's a good actor here? Come on, let's be honest. I'm a good actor. Hey, you know, I would get an Academy Award. Yeah? We're good actors. And we put on this show and this facade. We know when to cry. We know when to put a sad face. We know when to pull back. We know. Am I right or wrong? Women, you better listen up. Talking to men. It's true. Am I right or wrong? See, that's why some men don't come back to Choose to Change. Man, it's still out there. He's exposing all of us. But that's the truth. And I'm all about changing your life, helping you grow, helping you change. And if you're not honest with yourself, you're going to fall short. The second book I want to talk to you about, that was pretty cool, right? Getting that idea, that revelation. The second book is this book. I have it here. I sell this book here. Because this is a book that really helped me understand my mindset and how it works, how our habits. This is called the compound effect. I sell it there for $20. And that's about what you'll get it at. My keys. No way. I left my truck on. It turns on by itself. It does. It really does. It's like what's that show where that they turn into the cars? Transformer. It's a transformer. And this book this book is called The Compound Effect. I highly recommend you read this, The Compound Effect. It's by Darren Hardy. I'm not going to go into all who he is, but I'm telling you, this is a really, really good book. It will help you understand how your mind works and how powerful habits are. And that's what I want to talk about. Habits for a couple of minutes. Remember, I'm going to open this up here in a minute, and I want to know your truth, what you're going through right now. Maybe we can help each other a little bit here. So, and in this book, he talks about one of the things that we have to change is our habits, because our habits is what takes us to our lifestyle. And our lifestyle is the results of everything we do. This is how stuff works. I mean, this is just how it works. And what he's saying is that, he says, I'm not going to tell you about the habits that you already know about. There's some habits that you have that you can see, right? Maybe you smoke, maybe you cuss, maybe you lie. It's easy to see those, right? You're hooked on pornography. You're hooked on, those are habits that you can see, right? You know you have them. You all with me? But what this book talks about is the habits you can't see. And that caught my attention. Because they're habits in the mind, how you act, how you react to circumstances, places, people, that you just automatically react. And I learned that in here. I said, wow, that's true. And it gives some examples, and it talks about how that works. It's a powerful book. So, and I wanted to bring that to your attention. Honesty, honest with yourself, and habits that you don't even realize you have. I teach all that in these rooms of the Choose the Change Foundation. Because, and the more you come, the more you'll learn. I promise, I know how to go from being a loser drug addict, 13 years in prison, 10 years of putting needles in my arm, loser father, loser husband, loser son, robbing a store for one more hit of cocaine on my daughter's birthday, robbing a store, ruining my life, to a point where I wanted to just kill my worthless self. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. And I made a choice. Do I kill my worthless self? And I love telling this story because this is what I did. Do I kill my worthless self? Or do I choose to believe in the impossible? And in order to do that, I had to do two things. I had to finally be honest with myself. And I had to change some habits. And my journey to life change started. And that's what I teach in these rooms. So my question for you tonight is, what is your truth? Where do you find yourself today? Are you willing to still work on yourself? See, many of you already did the first step, which is gave your life to Jesus Christ. Gave your life to God. You're going to need Him. I promise you. There's a song in Christian radio. Who listens to Christian radio? There's a song in the Christian radio that says, no matter who you are, no matter what you're going through, there's going to be a time in your life that you won't be able to make it on your own. Who's heard that song before? It's a powerful song. Where you're gonna have to, the song says, and it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to finally say, God, I need a miracle. How many have been there? Man, I'm telling you, I know that feeling. So again, what is your truth? Would anybody like to share anything right now? A question, a concern, maybe something I said, maybe something you're going through. Let me just throw one more thing at you, so as you think about what you want to say. You know, there's a lot of things happening in my life. The older I get, the more as I go to funerals. Things happening in life, losing our friends and family. You know, just a few months ago, my sister-in-law lost her husband. And a year before that, she had lost her father, my sister-in-law. And now just recently she lost her son. Like 3 months ago. I mean, that's how do you deal with stuff like that? But what is your truth? There's some people that don't have a father. Either they lost him or he's just not there. Some of us have had sicknesses and disease. You know, my mother, she fell and broke her kneecap. You know, my mother, you know, so she's in the hospital. My sister, who helps me here all the time, you know, her daughter had an accident a month ago and she's struggling with that. So my sister's in the middle, trying to do both. My wife is not here. That's the bittersweet I'm talking about. My wife, on the other hand, I'm having a 4th grandson. 4th grandson. See, my life is changing. I see things in a whole different manner today. And so she took off this morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. She just texted me as I was driving up. I made it. She's going to go help my daughter. My daughter that I robbed the store for one more hit on her 4th birthday, that one. She's having her she's giving me my 3rd grandson. Bittersweet. See, and all of us are going through these things in our lives. I'm having to deal with my son. I'm having to deal with men. I'm having to see men destroy their lives. I'm having to see death of drug addiction and overdoses. I see all these things, and you're like, I see families and wives and mothers. I mean, can you all get this? And this is the life we live in. But what is your truth? Can you handle the truth? The other day I did a class. Can you handle the truth? And the reality is, I share this with the teenagers. You know, some of us adults just give up and let you fend for yourself. What's your truth? And this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to challenge men to man up, right? To grow up, to become men. But there's some things you're going to have to do. What is your truth? Does anybody have anything to say here? Maybe a little story, a thought, an idea, something you've gone through, something you want to go ahead and give him the mic. And thank you. If you have a question, those of you watching online, if you have a question, please let me know, and we'll try to answer that question. If you have a comment, just write it there in the comments. CJ.
Okay. First of all, my name is CJ. And it's kind of hard for me because
Yep. I understand.
you know, because when you finally look at that man in the mirror, excuse me. At one point in time, I didn't even know who that man in the mirror was.
Yep.
But I kept doing it my way, you know, even though I knew what was going on. But I kept, I got this, you know. That's the famous word. I got this. Remember, you had said that one day. You trying to tell the man something. Oh, I know. I know. That was, you know, basically what it was for me, right? And the truth came down to when I'm in a situation where I'm rock bottom, and well, rock bottom for me is penitentiary time.
Second or third time?
7 times for DWI, for stupidity, for drinking while driving. Got me to prison 7 times.
Wow.
I can say I was fortunate and blessed not to have gotten a lot of time because of what I had done, but it opened my eyes. Finally, when I decided, excuse me, as I decided as an older man to finally grow up and face the truth what I had to do, because now I have a family. And I'm to have my mother now. She's not the mother that I remember when I was growing up. She's got old on me, you know. So now I'm calling home, and you know things are not a bowl of cherries, I guess you could say, right? Because you know, single parent. For my stupidity, she's a single parent. Then you have a lady that's pretty much almost bedbound because she, you know, it's just life caught up with her, you know. So then I come home, and now it's not. Oh, now you know. I used to laugh. We'd be sitting there where I just got home about a month ago, but you'd be watching TV, and then you're around guys that I figure these guys, I don't know, man, never grew up. They're thinking that they're gonna get out and get a brand new Ford pickup truck. You know, that's a $600 payment, man. How are you gonna do that? When you come into the world, coming at you 200 miles an hour. You're not gonna wear Nikes. You're gonna wear Sykes for a while, you know. So, yeah. Finally, when I finally, I figured I got it together. So what? Now I'm moving around in the penitentiary because now I could go to school. I could learn things. I can better myself. You know, make my faith stronger because I am a true believer. I'm a true believer, and so I'm bettering myself. Got some things under my belt, babe. Look, you know, but words, actions speak louder than words.
Yep.
I was given an opportunity to better myself. I got me a job, and you know, it's just my first week.
Wow. You got a job?
Yes,
How
sir.
long you been out?
A month.
A month. You got a job.
And things are gonna happen. I just gotta be patient, have faith in God, put Him first, and I know He will open doors. But it took me a long time to finally figure that concrete authority. And it was like beating my head up against it till I finally, you know, realized that this ain't what's up to be, you know, in that type of situation. But when I finally came to truth and realized that I need to just no more self-pity. That's number one. Oh, well. Yeah, what does it say in AA? Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Well, then I would say, well, after the meeting, I'm gonna go to the beer store, because that's what he just told me. Well, that was my thinking then, not anymore. I realized what a lot of things, and I just basically grew up, and I'm hoping to be the father, son, husband that I'm supposed to be.
Amen. That's awesome, man. Thank you, bro. Anybody else? Anybody else? Go ahead. It's awesome.
I like what he said as far as like once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic perspective. When our minds are so messed up in the beginning is like key, because after a while you understand that once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Really what it meant was not to forget where you came from so that you can keep going. And so we don't see it like that because our minds are so messed up that we're just like, our perspective on life period or anything that we think about is so negative. I just wanted to share that because we evolve in our minds and it's awesome.
Yep, that's right. When yeah, that's great. So she said, yeah, because in AA, that's what they teach you, that once an addict, always an addict. Here's what I did. I changed it to once a sinner, always a sinner. But I have something to help me with that. Because we're just sinners saved by grace. And a couple of things. Anybody else? Anybody else? The question of the evening is, what is your truth? What is your truth? What have you gone through? What have you had to overcome? What did you have to struggle with? What, are you being honest with yourself? That's what we're talking about.
Thank you, Rolando. It just feels good to be back.
Okay, let me say one more thing before you go on. I just wanted to mention CJ is CJ, right? If I wanted to call you TJ. CJ was here about 5 years ago, and that's why he's talking about the way he talks. So I just had a question for you, because I'm teaching the same thing, am I not? The same thing I was teaching 5 years ago, am I not teaching the same thing? It's the same thing. And what I really love about his story and our story here in our church is that when we leave, we know where to come back to. I hope that doesn't happen to you and that you stick around. Because I'm telling you, I'm teaching truth. Jesus Christ being the cornerstone of it all. Go ahead.
My name is Andrew Zapata. For those who don't know me, I've been out of prison for 6 years, and you know, Orlando really challenged me in prison because I was in Lopez unit.
You can put the camera on him.
And that's where he would go every Thursday to teach the class, men's fraternity, but with a mix of Choose to Change, which was awesome. But one thing that he caught my attention was the first thing he said. He said, I'm looking for men, and I'm willing to challenge you, and if you're not here for that, then you're in the wrong place. You could get up and leave. And in the penitentiary, you know, like a lot of us, we know the characters, we know the people that are in there. We're all stubborn. So for one to hear that, you could say those are fighting words, you know, or like, you know, he's trying to put up, you know, he's trying to stand up to us, right? That you could say in a perspective of a prisoner, inmate, like we're all twisted. But when he said that, like he made it clear, and that's what we needed. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to be what it was, and he just put it straight up. If you're willing to change, then you're in the right place, and if you're not here for that, then you're in the wrong place. And I took that as a challenge, because before salvation, I would just do stupid things, to just do challenges or whatever it may be. My pride would get the best of me. I'm gonna do it, and that's it. Whatever it was. And to hear that was a challenge to change my life, and that's what I wanted. And I took the steps to do it. So every Thursday I was there. I was there the first one in the class. Called me teacher's pet and everything. I didn't care. I was gonna change my life. I don't care what anybody has to say. That's why I'm in here with you guys. So, you know, sure enough, got closer to get released, and I told Orlando I'm gonna come to the church. You know, and he's like, okay. I got out, and 6 years later, here I am. Has it been easy? No. No, because Orlando says our minds are twisted. We have to allow God to untwist it. Everything that we built ourselves, everything that we did, all of our past is our past, and we molded ourselves to become that person. But now when you accept Jesus Christ and allow him to change you, and allow these classes to really challenge your heart, and start taking these steps to challenge yourself to do it, I had to understand it wasn't for my family that I was doing it only. I had to do it for me, because if I'm gonna help them, I had to help myself first. I can't help nobody if I can't help myself. And right there, what is truth? Being honest with yourself. We all have flaws. We are all broken. We are all sinners saved by grace. We have somewhere to go to. So our salvation comes from Jesus Christ. This class is biblical. You know, everything that Orlando's teaching us, it's really challenging us. I've been out for 6 years, and I have been blessed with this class. I veered off, I left, came back in and out. You know, it's a battle, but it all has to do with you. No one's gonna force you. No one's gonna push you. You know, no one's gonna be a cheerleader. No, it's you. That self-pity, we have to throw it out the window. All of us, we all have to do it. Man. We're leaders, and we need to lead for ourselves. We need to lead for our family, and for whatever God is putting in our hands. You know, and he's gonna bless you, brother. You keep moving forward, man. Keep moving forward. Stay focused. Don't give up. Okay, when you give up, it's the day that when you stop fighting, that's when you lose. If you keep fighting, that's because you're doing something right. Okay, but fight the right fight. You know, don't go back. There's nothing back. You've been there. We've all been there. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Chuck. That's awesome. Man, y'all saying some key words there. Wire me up. Man. Now you all understand? Hold on. Let's take a choose to change moment. Now you all starting to understand what I mean when I say because going to the top wasn't an option for me at one time. Because I thought going to the top was just for special people, the smart people, the educated, the handsome, the beautiful, the rich. I thought that was for them. But I found out it's for people like me and you, mija. We can go to the top. By the way, this shirt. Our newest shirt. Choose the change. And you know why we're going to the top? So we raise money here. Let me take a choose a change moment here. On Saturday, we're having a fundraiser. I'm having a fundraiser. I'm raising money because we're going into the prisons more. I want to go well, I'll tell you more about that, but we're raising money. So Saturday, I need all the help I can get. As much as physical help. If you can bring a thing of water, that would be awesome, because I want to give everybody waters. And it's going to be at the Oil Can Harry. Who knows where the Oil Can Harry in Edinburgh, Texas is? Canton and what is it? Klausner. So we're going to be washing cars. And we just ordered these shirts. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this. As you help us fight against fatherlessness, you can donate here, right there. You can actually, can they scan it there? Man, we're getting high tech around this camp. Nah, really? Let me try it. Just try it. Look at it. What in the world? Out of control. That's what I would say. Kind of like trying to wash your hands with no. In any case, people can go to Choose the Change to, if you donate financially, that's the best way to help us. That's the fastest and easiest way. You can go there, donate, and right now we're looking for monthly donors of $5, $10, $15. That would really help a lot. And what that does is, what we did is we asking people, as people get to know us. I go to networking groups. I go to the Chamber of Commerce. I'm just always telling people. And we're starting to do a newsletter of everything we're doing. Dan is doing a great job. Daniel over there. And if they want their newsletter, they have to become a monthly donor. $5, $10, it doesn't matter. We're trying to build that. And so it's going to be an awesome thing. We ordered this shirt. This one right here, we're selling these for $25. This is what helps us raise money. So it says, I'm going to the top because it's too crowded at the bottom. And it has this Choose a Change logo right there. And then we have these right here, the one I'm wearing. These are $35. Nice. I wore this all day today. Nice little logo. I just need to pump a little more iron. And then these are going for $20. Am I right? There you go. And this one is just on one side, but it's white, blue, yellow, and white. Also says I'm going to the top with the logo on the side. And I have some black caps coming. So it's going to be awesome. So guys, if you want shirts, I have small, medium, large, extra large, and 3X. So if you know anybody that's a 3X, let me know. Big man. We'll call him Big Man. But this is what we got going on right now, guys. And I have a few cups back there that we also sell. I think they're $20 and $25. And also, of course, I have this book that I recommend back there. And these are $20. You can go to Amazon and buy it for the same price. But why not help the Choose the Change Foundation? And of course, we have my book that you can also get on Amazon. Dead Man Walking, How I Went from Being a Loser Drug Addict to an international speaker and CEO of the Choose the Change Foundation. People freak out, man, you wrote a book. I tell them, man, if you don't know about me, you better ask somebody. Just kidding. So that's all the ways we raise money, and we pass around the donation bucket. with my guy, my friend Chavarria. And we use Chavarria because people just look at him and they give. So guys, as he's passing around the donation can, we call it the donation un recibo. So anyway, guys, as he's passing around the donation can, CJ said a couple of things. He said, I finally faced the truth. That's what we're talking about. Faith, looking at ourselves, being honest with ourselves. He said, I got rid of self-pity. Because this is how so many of us walk in, right? We walk into a program or into church or into this, we walk in with what I call the Plum Syndrome. Does anybody remember what the Plum Syndrome is? P-L-O-M. Poor little old me. You know it? You know about the Plum Syndrome? No, she's been coming a long time, so that's why she knows that. Poor little old me. Man, I remember that so well. I call it the Plum Syndrome. And then he also said, and then Zapata said that it's a battle. It's a battle. It's a fight. See, there's a lot of men that get out of prison, and they don't have nowhere to go. It's like, man, I want to change my life, and they want to change their life, but they have nowhere to go. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to go. What's going on, buddy? Oh, got a new shoe, the changer. Look at him. Hey, buddy, see, this is why we're doing it, guys. You see what I'm saying? This little boy has a father now. Restoring families. Love it, man. I love it. It's worth it. It's worth it. I gave my life for it. It's worth it. And then I heard the word maturity. I finally grew up. I'm going to give you a definition of maturity. The best ones I've ever heard. When you finally take 100% responsibility for your life, you become mature. Let me repeat that. When you finally take 100%, not 99, not 95, not 8, no, 100% responsibility for your own life, you've become a mature man or a mature woman. And I'll be honest, I had a mature woman long before I became a mature man. And I became a mature man at the age of, I'm going to say about 34 years old in prison. I finally became mature. When I finally was like CJ, took full responsibility, 100% responsibility for my life and my actions. And I started. Guys, anybody else has anything else to share? Any comments? I went to prison when I was sentenced to prison, convicted for murder, aggravated robbery at the age of 17 years old. And with the first time, actually I was 16 years old when I was first put on probation. Listen closely, this is powerful. And we'll close with this story. I was 16 years old the first time I stepped into a probation office or a courtroom. 16. Some of you were younger, right? But I was 16. And for the next, let me see, 42 years. Oh my goodness. From the age of 16, check this out, 16 years old. This is how quickly your life can turn to bad, to worse, to man. wanting to kill your worthless self. From 16 years old all the way to I finally got off parole at the age of 50. 8 years ago. Since the age of 16 years old, I was either on probation, in prison, or on parole. To the age of 50. Think about that for me. That's insane. And this is why I tell people everywhere I go, and this is why I speak with such authority and conviction. It's at least it's one of the reasons, is because if a man like me can change his life, if a man like Juan Peña can change his life, if a man like CJ can change his life, if a man like Zapata can change his life, if a man like Chavarria can change their lives, guess what? So can you. And this is what this is all about. So welcome to the Choose to Change entry class. So I hope if you liked what you saw today, those of you watching us, please continue to watch us on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, share these links, give to the Choose to Change Foundation as we continue challenging men to restore families, to become the fathers and the husbands and the leaders that our society so desperately needs. Wouldn't you agree? That's all I have tonight. Thanks for coming. God bless you. See you later.